please, if you're not on camera, you can leave, but put your camera on. It's really because it's a respect for him. Otherwise, it's okay. Try to be there. Otherwise, be really focused. Sometimes there are problems with cameras, but please be on. Okay, I have small Giridhari in yellow, and we have Muktananda in yellow. So Giridhari's wish. So I invite him to join me. You can come here in the camera. I'm on my phone, so still all the connections are not done in this place. So phone was easy to make a short connection fast. Yes, and tell us if you hear me. Yes, super, thank you. So then you mean you will hear Muktananda as well.
Jai Gurudev, everyone. So, yeah, let's start with mantra. Om Apnanati Mirandasya Gnananchana Shalakaya Chakshuru Meditam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So welcome everybody once again. Yeah, so I'm graced with being here with Swamini Godavari and staying for a few days in Paris, having some talks and have an incredible sharing with one another. So God willing, Swamini has time and it just manifests and happens. And we have hours and hours and hours of sharing. And so the architecture of this place is quite dense. I would say it's small. The cave downstairs is like a cave. It's an old cellar with a round ceiling.
Arcade, yeah, ceiling.
And the walls are really massive stone, like in old places, churches you can find like this, and old buildings. And so it means it can hold a lot of energy. And also the effort that is put in is just stays in the room. It's not a big place, a big hall where when you put a small candle, so then you see in the distance a small spot of light. But no, when you put a candle here, the whole room is bright. And so it's the same when you do your sadhana here, when you stay here, when you share stories about Guruji, and especially when the Alfa-Omega bed is also on. So then the resonance becomes so incredibly dense, and the transformation is, let's say, quite in progress.
Yeah, so yeah, I can say for myself, for everyone.
So everything is starting to vibrate, and the pressure, the energetic pressure gets so strong that you just literally feel that you are burning inside. Yeah, so that old stuff is burning. And Swamini also mentioned, and it's interesting because the place is starting right now only. Yeah. So how might it be after 1 year, after 2 years, or 4 years? So you might only be able to enter as an advanced devotee. Otherwise, you would just fall down at the entrance already.
I just had during the Satsang, during the Earth meditation, I just saw that I will install some relics of the Gujarati saints. I just saw all the saints there one after another. I say, okay, I will put another, place for the relics. And then when Guruji will come, because I hope Guruji will come, we'll make him come. He will choose what relics he wants for the museum, because I have so many things and I know more will come. I have still in India, I have in the luggage there. I could not bring everything. So I feel it will be amazing. Already is. The way it came, I was telling Muktananda that the thing is that I I told my brother, one day when you will have a place with 2 entrances and a separate room to make a temple, I will come to be with you. And I didn't think I will find it in the center of the city near Santa Genoveva. In a beautiful, actually, it's an area when you go and come into the street, you really feel the energy is different. You enter like in an energetical portal. And when I started to meditate down, and the owner did not ask me any paper. He trusted me from beginning. Of course, we are 2. My brother is there. He has a stable situation. I also have a lot of papers to show how much I earned and how many things are coming. So we can always convince someone. We didn't have to do it. And it's so hard in this region to get a place, and a place like this from 19th century, from the place where Santa Genoveva was playing here with her friends, and where other kings came, and so much. And I think we will, as Muktananda was saying, we will discover it progressively. And the first meditations here were so deep, and Divine Mother came a lot. At the beginning, I was like, wow, what is this? I don't feel Guruji. And Guruji was saying, just, it's fine. You install me later. His picture was up, but I felt Divine Mother. And in the temples, each temple is based on the body. It's built with the body, on the body of the deity. Yeah? Even our temple, if you remember that pillar, the golden pillar we have that we should not touch, that is the navel of the deity. And here, I just realized that doing the meditations, it was empty at the beginning. I was just meditating to feel. And I had Mahata Babaji coming and levitating in a corner. I had Divine Mother in another corner. Guruji, of course, is always there. But Guruji is so much with us that we almost don't feel when he comes. He has to do some miracles. These last times, things are disappearing in my other apartment, and I know Guruji is over there. And I just realized that I was sitting on the chakras and the body of the deity because I had a vision of a whole Divine Mother lying down. And actually, it was not really Divine Mother. I can say it's like a genderless deity. But for me, of course, because Santa Genoveva is there, a lot of feminine energy was there. I assume it's Divine Mother. But when now seeing the face, I see that actually it's not something I recognize. It's like Srimad Narayana in a formless form state, but I was feeling that energy. And because at the beginning it was a new place, I said, okay, let me see it globally. So I was sitting near a little bit far from the future altar. And then every day I was like coming closer. And then I spent one night here and I almost didn't sleep. And same, I put just one candle and just lightening everything. And then I spent a second night because I had to prepare the place and purification was going on. And I have to add something because then Muktananda will continue. With this place and the purification happening with Alfa-Omega distance, maybe many things you are not aware of. This is why I wanted Muktananda to come and keep talking to us about the story of Alfa-Omega. I don't know how much time we have today, but we can give you the maximum. If you stay, you can get as much as he can share. He will share with you because he's into giving and welcoming and appreciating, honoring every soul. But I discovered something amazing. So I will tell you how I discovered Alfa-Omega quickly, because then he will continue. One time I had a session long ago. It was among the beginning of the sessions at the ashram, and I had a first session, and it was amazing on the bed. Then we had less sessions in the ashram. Muktananda moved to Latvia, right? And then you moved in the country. I had other sessions at the devotees' places. And then one day, Baya Banjika Dasi, she's not here, she said, Swamini, I will offer you a session of healing at distance for your birthday. No, she said a gift for your birthday. Didn't say healing anything. I will put you on the table. And I said, wow, that's a very unique, original gift for my birthday. And she said, she put my name On the table, she just asked me to lie down and tell her that I am on reception and I'm ready to feel. I tell you, it was amazing. My whole body was vibrating. I'm also very sensitive because I work on my body since years. So the energies, people, all this I feel. But really, it was really beyond that. It's really, I tell you, whichever, I'm almost sure that you will feel something if someone is giving you a healing session. This much power has the Alfa-Omega table. Now we had to do a ritual here, also same. It's a whole process that will be explained to you if you want to purify your house, right? People can have that. Now this is something new. I was also not aware of that. You can have your house purified at distance. I was thinking when I first heard about that, oh, someone coming with the table of my place. I'm so busy, how I will do it. But it can be done at distance. I was not aware of that. And now it was suggested that we should do that before we start pujas and rituals and welcome Alfa-Omega, which in itself, it's a deity. Okay, yesterday I had that awareness holding the Alfa-Omega tube, pillar, let's say, pillar of light. I really had a feeling it's a deity, it's a murti. It's not just a device. So if we spiritualize things, they all become spiritual, and it is, Alfa-Omega, it is spiritual. So many stories are there. So we will see with Muktananda how we will organize, because it's a never-ending well of knowledge and experience. So many years. How many years you are now into that?
In water?
In Alfa-Omega device.
So Alfa-Omega is since 2009.
Since 2009, it's still a lot. I mean, 12 years, right? 12 years, yeah.
14. It's
14.
15th year now.
15 years now. Okay, yeah, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not staying here because we should not be at home when that ritual is done. I was in my other apartment. I told my brother also, we should not come here. Let's go there. The ritual started in the morning, 6:30, and I was lying in my bed still, because sometimes I do sadhana very early morning, then again I lie down, then again. And I was lying down and my body was vibrating. And I'm like to one station by train from here. It's like metro here. It's a train, but same distance like metro stations have in Paris. Very, very fast we reach. So I'm not very, very far, which means that what I conclude is that energy was working around reaching me where I was, because I was, okay, the intention was for the place. Of course, I was included, but anyway, I felt it from my other apartment. It was really amazing. So now coming back to the Lingam and Alfa-Omega, of course, we can bring it to the water because we consume the Lingam water and we have the Lingam blessing. So I tell you, the device, the Murti Alfa-Omega, it's a Murti and it's a blessing by itself. And we have the Lingam near, which is also a huge blessing. And now we have the two waters, and there's so many things we can observe with that. I again filled 2-3 glasses because I had this morning water of Lingam, and that we will mix with Alfa-Omega. And now I let Muktananda explain you better how it works, what you feel, because maybe you feel some things we don't have time to share night and day since morning, since I reached here. How you feel living with the Lingam, with Giridhari, with the Murtis, with Alfa-Omega, and also this water and all the science of water that you know about holy waters and Lingam waters. I let you continue, so that I give you fully now the mic, the virtual mic for that. So let's listen the next part. It's really interesting.
So Jai Gurudev. Thank you once again. Okay. So talking about, like I said yesterday also, several of you had been there yesterday. So I don't want to repeat too much, but just for a short update for those who are who didn't hear it yesterday. So through all the work with water for me since 25 years now, and how it progressed and how I was graced to meet with great scientists which did extraordinary work with water over decades. Of course, my own experiences with water and many meetings with people, sensitive people, healers, and a lot with children also, who did not have developed a mind yet like we do, or we have. So and the events, how they were orchestrated and synchronized regarding the water, including many details like how the name came, Alfa-Omega, to be given to Alfa-Omega, the first experience ever of a person who was drinking Alfa-Omega, the information I received, the later research that was done with the Alfa-Omega, the meeting with Guruji updating and tuning the Alfa-Omega into a state until he said, that's it. So, and it still is, as I asked him last year whether we could improve something with the water. So he said no. We did the last update. After the last update, it's still valid, and there is nothing to be changed. So what I can say in that, and what also Swamini said, so this instrument is not a device at all. It is a murti. It is a murti, no? So everything we must understand, everything that Guruji touches, everything that he puts himself into it, so it's part of himself. Yeah. So it is no difference whether he is a blessing, a murti that you bring to him, or he is blessing anything, yeah, that you bring to him. So it is fit for worship, actually. Yeah. So like Guruji said, everything that a saint is touching is purified. Yeah. And everything that is purified and is radiating the divine energies, so it is holy. Yeah. But also we must understand, and I want to pick up what Swamini mentioned in the beginning, when she said, well, it is such a grace to become aware, or become aware in a deeper way about the value of sharing. And so Swamini, if you remember, she mentioned that I had a specific way to see that, the value of sharing. And this is very much linked to the healing power that the Lingams have, and also the healing power that every one of us has inside. So, but we need to see that healing and healing, or healing power and healing power, and also healing quality and healing quality is not the same. You see, we are a oneness in diversity. And to make you understand, so our reflection about things most of the time is not deep enough to understand and to really draw benefit from it. Because when we think, oh yes, Guruji touched this and Guruji touched that from my neighbor, it's the same. I want to tell you, it's never the same. Never. And we know that when we when we connect, or we can get a glimpse of it when we read the stories of those saints who did the long penance, or also not only the saints, also the demons, and they did long penance to gain something, to gain a boon from Brahma or from Shiva or from Narayana and so on. And you see, it's very interesting when, for example, one of the demons did penance, and of course they always ask for immortality, right? So, and normally when Brahma appears and they ask for immortality, so if he is able to, he has to give it. But he cannot give it anymore because he already gave it. Immortality was already given away. So he cannot give it again. So because immortality was given to the gods, so now nobody can claim get the boon of immortality again. So the boons are limited. Not everybody can get the same, because it would destroy diversity. It would destroy this unity in diversity. So it would just annihilate it. And it's the same thing when we see Guruji is manifesting lingams, and each lingam is individual. Each lingam is there for healing, but healing what? And this is very, very important and very helpful in many ways if those who have lingams would start to meditate more on their lingams and would ask Guruji, Guruji, you gave this lingam for healing, please enlighten me for what exactly is that lingam. And when we bring all lingams together, we might find, you see, Divine Mother, yeah, is the Sri Yantra, is Divine Mother, yeah. And in the Sri Yantra, there are, like Guruji's teaching in the Sri Yantra course, there are 330 million deities. 330 million deities. Let's compare it. Let's make an analogy. When the divine light, let's say when the sunlight is shining into a prisma. So what do we have on the other side? We have the 7 colors of the rainbow appearing, right? So, but when the divine light, the light of Narayana, is shining into the prisma of the Sri Yantra, you see the Sri Yantra is everywhere. The whole creation is inside the Sri Yantra. We are living in the Sri Yantra, and we are children of the Sri Yantra, and we are the Sri Yantra ourselves. So the whole universe is a Sri Yantra. We are living inside the Sri Yantra. We cannot leave the Sri Yantra. We are always inside the Sri Yantra. And this structure is permeating everything, and it is establishing and keeping everything alive. And within this Sri Yantra, there are, when the light of Narayana is shining into it, into Divine Mother herself, and she is like a prisma. It's a perfect, the most perfect crystalline structure that exists. And when this light of Narayana is shining into the Sri Yantra, so 330 million colors, 330 million divine colors and qualities and deities are manifested, and each color is a part of the divine consciousness. It is a specific quality of the divine consciousness. It is a specific and clearly discriminated deity, and it is a very specific divine color, a unique divine color. And all these qualities are inside of us, and we are composed from that. And now, each one of us has a specific, unique quality. And therefore, when we hear the divine stories, when we experience something divine, so then this is a unique experience. We experience the same Guruji. We experience his miracles. We experience and we understand the words which he is speaking in a unique way. And nobody else understands it like you understand it, or like I understand it. So it is unique, and it is also limited. So now, when we come together in the Sangha, and we start to share our understanding, so then it is completing one another. It is enlightening us. If we think, yes, I understood, no, we didn't understand. We only understand a small part of it from a small perspective. But what happens is when we share and we get this incredible insight and inspiration through the sharing of others, so automatically also we start to appreciate one another much more. We become naturally, spontaneously from the heart grateful for being together. And we feel ourselves enormously enriched. And so in this, the Sangha can grow in a divine way, where everybody is naturally grateful for one another. And in this gratitude, judgment and all other things become secondary. And we enlighten one another. And so in this way, through the Sangha, we gain unity more and more, the more we are sharing it. And this generates such an intense light that you can feel, because everybody is resonating with one's soul with it. Yeah. And through the sharing, we make one another more and more complete. But we cannot do it ourselves. It is like this story that, you know, when there is somebody dying and or a saint was interested, is there a hell, is there a heaven, or something like that. And so he was asking, and he was brought to a place that was hell. And so they went into a room, and in a room there were people sitting at a table, and this table was full of food, the most wonderful food that you can imagine. Everything was on the table, and everyone sitting around had a spoon, but the spoon had a very, very long stick. Yeah. And so you can only hold the spoon in the end, and everybody tries to eat, but the spoon, the stick is so long that they cannot reach their own mouth. And so they were struggling and trying to feed themselves. Yeah. And so they starved in front of they were starving in front of the mountain of the most delicious food. And then they left this room and they went to heaven, and there was the same situation. Yeah, the very same situation. But in heaven, everybody was feeding the other. Yeah. And so everybody was incredibly happy. And this is actually what is the difference between hell and heaven. So that in hell, everybody is only thinking of oneself, yeah, and not being there for others. And this is actually a very, very beautiful picture also for the Sangha, how to manifest these divine qualities. And it is more than just hearing some stories. It is, like I said, it is enlightening one another that reduces judgment, that increases the feeling of love and appreciation for one another, and it is automatically melting away the judgments and the negativity. And this is incredibly beautiful. And yeah, and in this place here, I mean, we are only two.
We are only two,
yeah,
but we are like many.
But the energies was just
Yes.
buzzing and buzzing and buzzing, that after hours I was just, my head was just buzzing, like, and I was thinking tomorrow I will be completely sick. Yeah?
You just discover what it is being with me, Muktananda. In Belgium, I have devotees who don't have to put the heating when I come. So come, minute, please come. It's so cold because so much heat is generated. But no, it's because you are also stimulating that more. You are listening. You have a deep listening. That is also something. When someone has a deep listening, he is awakening us. It's like blowing on the fire. This is why we wanted also to see you, because I understand what Muktananda says, that the energy and the quality of the satsang is different when you are there listening. But and when someone listens to us, and you have this is why it can last for hours. Even some other people, Lokadeksha Das also, it's a great listener for everyone. I feel, I mean, for me, at least you have a big listening every time, but maybe because you have respect. But when we listen deeply to other without judgment, we create a space for other to give us the best. It's like blowing on the fire. It's like blowing, give me more, give me more. You see Guruji also, how when he says, oh, is there a question? No one has question. How you see that, yeah, the energy is not coming even for us to share, because there's no fire, you know, and no listening, deep listening. But when immediately someone asks a question, how much it stimulates Guruji and how it's flowing. And it's safe for us. We can stay for hours. I made that group for us to share, but it's still no one is sharing. So I don't know, maybe I will make a full crazy group. That's crazy. You know, I had a group like this, like drinking a coffee group. Whoever had some time was coming and just saying something. It was on Facebook, but on Telegram everyone is shy, and some people don't have enough memory, can't see their images. If too much is coming, they get scared. People are scared to receive too much, actually. So this is why we go like, you know, it depends how you go to God. You go with a big bucket, and you go with a small glass. You know, what do you want? It's same here. What do you want? But it's sweet. You are still 20 online. That's amazing.
You see, the beauty is also, and you feel it even here, yeah. So when the people who are online, yeah. So this is when we give our attention,
Yes,
yeah, to one another. So this focus. So when you look at the screen and you look at us now, yeah, and we look at you, it's the same like in the Just Love circles.
yeah, exactly.
So you focus on one another, and this is giving energy. So you are not passive, you are active.
Yes.
Yeah. So you give your focus on everyone, and this creates this energy, and this awakens also this resonance inside, I know this from hundreds of talks that I
Yeah.
have given. Yeah. When the people are sitting and are focused, it's flowing, flowing,
Yes.
flowing.
Yes, it's
And when
different.
the people start to talk with one another, it's everything is just breaking apart.
Yeah.
Everything is just falling apart, and you don't know what you're talking about. You think, oh no, I have nothing to say anymore. Maybe the talk is finished. And it can be from the very beginning. And this is something that we need to learn. You see, normally when I give a talk, I tell to the people, I don't want more than 12 people.
Yeah.
If one is coming, it's wonderful. If two are coming, it's wonderful. But I don't want more than 12 people, even if I drive hundreds of kilometers. Because I know the more people are coming, well, within the Sangha, it's something different. Yeah. When you talk within the Sangha, it can be thousands. That's fine. But when you talk about something, a topic which is difficult to grasp,
Yeah.
and everybody has already one's own ideas about this topic, yeah, and you come with many new things in that, so meaning the minds are going in all different directions, the concentration is distracted, and then I have to bring back the people. Whenever somebody is breaking off, I need to bring that person back, and this capacity of bringing people back, yeah, is very limited. Yeah, you cannot bring 1,000 people back when 1,000 people are breaking apart in one go. And because everybody breaks off with a different word that you say, yeah. So then the whole audience is lost. The whole talk is just for nothing. And so it is much, much more precious when we talk in front of very few people. And this I also learned from Guruji, definitely. It was Swami Tulsidasananda was once driving to a place a few hours ago away, 2 hours away or 2.5 hours, to give a talk about Atmakriya Yoga. At that time, he was still living in Sripittanilaya. And when he came back, he was very frustrated. So Guruji, when he saw him, he asked him, so, how was your talk? And he said in his rather disappointed and depressed mood, Guruji, there was only one person coming. Yeah. And Guruji asked him, and was it worth it? And he said, yes. So, and this awareness, yeah, it cheered him up. And I always say, since years and years, to the people who organize a talk, yeah, one person can be much more valuable than 1,000. The outcome of the understanding of one person is definitely more valuable than the not understanding of 1,000. So the ego is always want to talk in front of many, many, many people. Yeah, the more the better. Yeah, the ego is counting numbers, but the divine is not counting numbers. The divine is only looking for quality. Yeah, and when we adapt to that, our life becomes much more joyful. Yeah, and we just quit counting numbers. Yeah, and knowing if one person understands, yeah, the whole world is profiting from that. Yeah, and if 1,000 people don't understand, they produce only negativity out of that, what you were giving, so it's making the world worse. So it has no value at all. Yes, it has a value, but a negative value. Yeah. And so if we understand these things, it's so beautiful. Yeah. And in the Sangha, it's wonderful. Just when we remind and remember this focus, yeah, this attention is a gift to the world. Yeah. when we go into a Sangha, so your attention is not a passive thing. It is an active, it is a positive, active act. Yeah. That when you focus on those who talk, who are supposed to talk, so you are activating with your focus and with your interest, we are activating the inspiration in the one who is talking. And so he can share more and deeper. Like Swamini just said,
it's true. Yeah.
it is, if we need to come to understand and to remember that this is not a one-man or a one-woman show.
Yeah,
No,
it's true.
it is everybody. Yeah. So if I am attentive, yeah, so everybody is profiting from that more. Yeah.
Yes, very true. Wonderful. Let's see. Someone has to go to work. Yeah, Babanjika did that. Alfa-Omega being on the table for someone, and it's the same. It is very beautiful. Okay. Here it's 12:45. At your place, it's 11:45, maybe, right, Shrima? The translator just yes, okay. Okay, so we have 15 minutes more, right? It's okay. Let's go for, let's see if there are some things. How you feel, Muktananda?
Yeah, so I want to come back to the lingam and to this 330 million qualities and deities which are inside of us. Yeah. So if we become aware that whatever Guruji is touching, it is unique. Yeah. And it must be shared with others in order to benefit everybody. Yeah. And we said, okay, Swamini Godavari was already blessing the people with the lingam that she has. Yeah. So there is no need for another lingam.
No, it is a need. We have experiences with 5 lingams blessing someone. When we do retreats, we are several ones. Peter is there also. Look, Peter and Helga, they are here now. Abhimani is there, you know, you remember? So she's translating for him today in German. Great. And they were with me in Tyrol, and also look at Yakshadas, and we had Annika, and we had Svada Das from Slovakia, and we were 5 blessing each person. And I tell you, it's so wonderful to receive also from others, because we always give. I'm blessing, I never receive. And it was such a flow, and each lingam and each person, the instrument was also different. It's so beautiful.
Yes.
Maybe you can come to Slovakia as well. What are you doing 22, 23, 24 of September? You're busy, maybe, no?
I have talks.
He has talks. Maybe we can get you online. Let's see. Yes. So yeah, it's true. What you say, that I let you continue. Yeah, that are all different.
Yeah. And so it's the same with the Sangha. So coming together and sharing what we understand and feel about what Guruji is saying and so on. So everything is unique. If we come to understand that, it's a big, big step forward.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Very true. Okay.
So I think about the Alfa-Omega, we can just do it like this, that like yesterday I said, we can organize an online talk.
Yes.
I am actually traveling now from here, from Paris. I'm going to the north of France, then I'm going to Brussels, or a place close to Brussels. Then I come back and have a few stations here in France. Then I go to Spain, and then I go back to the north of Germany, to several places. It will be the very north, and it will be very likely in Denmark, and then it will be in Hamburg and also in Berlin, I think so.
Give us your schedule, because we have people in all these places. When are you going to Brussels? have a
2nd and 3rd of
October?
yeah, no, September.
September.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, let us keep in touch. I just have another amazing idea. Yesterday, Muktananda talked to a newcomer about the tilak. It just came like this. And the way he talked about the tilak was just amazing. Maybe he will share also that with you, like a gift, like a bonus of the session. I love that. And so I just have an idea today. You know, I want to start devotee course next week. And I know my schedule is so busy and people are say, oh, Bhakti Talks is there, Guruji is there, I can't come. So I just have an idea. You tell me if you agree. We can start devotee course together once more. I give you, but I mean, I will split it. I will give you just some insights. We will not have like a lot of time. We have to see with the host. We have to discuss for the Lingam program, because I'm sure I am almost all the time there for our programs, and that there is a listening. And I also would like to invite Muktananda when he has time. I will give him our timings to share his insight on some particular subjects, because like this, you know, we are like a bunch of flowers, different flowers with different fragrance, and he has his way to see some things that are maybe different of mine and maybe completing mine, and it would be nice to have, I think, his input on some things. So when he has time, I will just drop a message saying we will meet at that time. You have time, just drop, come in, pop in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And at the same time, we keep our awareness on Alfa-Omega as well, which was Guruji's wish. There is nothing that is happening in the mission that is not Guruji's wish, as long as we are connected to Guruji. So whatever is happening, even if he's like, it was not this, you know, we know he did it because we are with him and we are his, and we don't want to do something outside of his wish. I didn't invite someone from ISKCON to give you a satsang today, so I'm sure where I belong. Even if sometimes with our freedom. And this also you can reassure us, Muktananda, because you are like in the mission and outside with your things. How do you live this? Because we are also, you know, the Lingam movement. It's something that Guruji created, and it's like an unofficial, being official and not official. We are sometimes confused. So let us know how is Alfa-Omega living this, being outsider and being insider. This like, and also maybe if you can say the tilak at the end, I would love to have that once more. Even I want to listen to it. I understood it, I know it, but I want to listen to that once more. So these two things at the end.
Okay. Yeah, so the Alfa-Omega mission is its own quality, and of course it is, you see, a few years ago, I said it yesterday, but for those who didn't hear, a few years ago, somebody of a resident of Shipita went to Guruji. It was in 2015 or 16. And I think it was that, yeah, or maybe 17. It doesn't matter, but a few years ago already. And so he said to Guruji, Guruji, this Alfa-Omega project of Muktananda is amazing, no? And Guruji answered him, it is my project.
Yes.
So just to make clear.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this is one thing. But anyhow, yeah. So the Alfa-Omega is, you know, it's a borderline project. Yeah. It's not just sitting there making a puja. No. So, but anyhow, when you compare it, there is an instrument that can be sold or is sold, yeah, and is for selling. And so, and then of course there is this this perception of a number of people, which is normal, yeah. So, well, this is not spiritual, and we cannot have it as an official part of the ashram, and so and so. So it creates a division. between the people, yeah, and the insights and so on. And it is also clear that Guruji is a Satguru, yeah. So water is such a big topic, yeah. So if Alfa-Omega water becomes so too close connected with Guruji, so in the eyes of many people in the world, he would be seen easily as a water guru, yeah, which would be completely out of reality. So it cannot be an official part of Bhakti Marga. It cannot be an official project of Guruji, yeah, because so many people are in the water thing.
Yeah.
But Guruji is a Satguru, yeah. So it
It's
must
beyond.
not be. It must not be confused with anything else.
Yes.
Yeah. And so it becomes very clear, even though it is his project, it needs to be treated separately, yeah, as if it would be something out of the world, yeah, or from the world, I mean, yeah, out in the world. And so also what I experienced is this water is for everybody, yeah. So Guruji did not come only for his devotees, yeah. Like the gopis say in the Gopi Gita, yeah, to Krishna, yeah. Of course, you came for everybody. You even came for the monkeys and for the other animals and for all creatures. You didn't come only for us. You came for everybody. Yeah. And so, of course, also his blessings and his miracles and the Alfa-Omega water is in the eyes of top science. Yeah. It's a pure miracle. It's inexplainable what this water is doing. Yeah. What this water is doing is so amazing, yeah, that when scientists measure it, they say, how can this be possible? It's impossible. Yeah. But it is. And it needs to reach the people because it helps the people to connect to their inner own divinity. And this is so amazing. So, and there were times when I was connecting the Alfa-Omega with Bhakti Marga, and then Guruji said, don't do it. So I stopped it. It was very difficult for me. And so after years, I asked Guruji again, and I said, Guruji, should we bring it back now and connect it to Bhakti Marga? And Guruji said, no, don't do it. Because when people hear it, they run away.
Yeah.
And I had experienced that several times. People were really ready to buy it now. And in the last moment, they somehow found something, yeah, and heard that it is connected to Bhakti Marga. So they checked the internet and they say, oh, we actually found that it is not for us. Yeah. So that people just draw back because it is too alien for them. They think, okay, this is a sect and we don't do it. We don't belong to that and so on.
Yeah, misunderstanding actually.
And so this is this balancing act. Yeah. And of course it is for everybody.
Yeah.
And if we see, Guruji once said, as Swami Anasuya shared in one of his satsangs, that years back when it started in, when the ashram started in Shipita Nilaya, Guruji was sitting with Swami Anasuya, and Guruji was mentioning that by the time of when Guruji will leave the planet, yeah, there will be 9 million devotees. And Swami Anasuya got shocked somehow because he was so comfortable with this proximity with Guruji and this small family of a few hundred people, yeah. And it was nice and easy, and his life was projected in that way into the future, yeah. And he was just thinking, what the heck, 9 million people? This is a lot of a heck of, it is a heck of work and stress and whatever, yeah. And when Guruji sensed his reaction, what's wrong? Guruji asked him, what's wrong with you? You trust me, no, don't you? And so then he came back to his senses, and reflected on it and said, yes, I do. Yeah. So what's the problem? So, yeah. And so it's the same. We need to see all the people that we meet, all the people that we talk to. Yeah. They are potentially future and real devotees. Yeah.
It's true.
And all the people that we consider to be outside now, yeah. So, and we come in contact with them. It's not by chance that we come in contact with them. No, they come and pick up energy from Guruji. Yeah. We carry this energy. We are radiating it whether we want or not. Yeah. We are relics. Guruji have touched us.
Yeah, it's true.
Guruji touched us. So everything that Guruji is touching, is a relic. Yeah. So you cannot undo it. It's impossible. So with everybody with whom we come only just in contact, they receive this energy from Guruji.
Yeah.
It's beyond you want it or not. It's too late. He touched you already. That's it. Yeah. And so meaning that people start to pick up this energy.
Isso quer dizer que as pessoas começam.
We start hearing the translation.
And so then they start to resonate with it. Yeah. And they resonate with it over time. They resonate more and more. And one day they resonate so much with it that they just become devotees. You see, 9 million people is a lot of people.
I like how you make things simple, you see, because it's just about love, even beyond, because for us, becoming a devotee, it became like do the course and this, but actually Guruji came to open the heart of human.
O Guruji veio para abrir o coração dos humanos.
Acho que sim. Yes, I don't know if we still hear the translation. We hear you. Maybe you have to be put in translation. Yeah, so this is why when we say, as you're saying, I like as you say that, we meet people, we give love, there is transmission without too much breaking our head, we will increase the number of devotees. There's so much in an organization when you plan. So we have to put a new translator, Lokadyakshadas, if you can take this as an exercise, to add Ana Ferreira as translator for Portuguese, because Shima has to go. Yes, thank you, Shrima. Thank you for yesterday and today. Thank you.
Jai Gurudev, thank you.
Jai Gurudev. So if we bring it, I like, as you say, be a Sangha, be with others, share love, share with others, without ego, and let things, and also same with others. I mean, whoever you meet, just with beautifully, just like share with them, and and it just opens their heart. It opens more our heart, and it's just simple. Actually, it's not difficult. We make it difficult. The mind made it difficult. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think it's working now. It shows that the new interpretation in a new language is available. We have a message. Okay. Yes, this is it. Do you want to answer some questions? We do questions and answers. Let me put it like this so that I have access to the chat as well. I'm just on my phone today. So here is Muktananda. Let me see. If you have some questions, please put them here. How many are there now devotees? Oh yeah, the Tilak story. Thank you for reminding that. How many are there now devotees? We had a meeting with Swami Revati, I think the knowledge teachers, and he was announcing like 3,000. And we said, no, it should be more. I think it's more. I have to see the data, but I think it's more than 3,000 right now. I think Babanji Gadasi was saying, wow, it's only this. So I think meanwhile, we have another number, but let's count more than 3,000 for sure, because by countries, there are countries where are many, like I know Poland, there are many devotees. Some countries we don't even think that there would be many devotees, but there are many devotees, even brahmacharinis. Now brahmacharinis, there are a lot. I can tell you in the group, because I have to open the groups and see the numbers. Let's continue with the Tilak story. So I like, so you can, exactly as the newcomer, there's a new person coming for a healing, Alfa-Omega. She has never had yet darshan of Guruji, but she felt in her heart to come, that Alfa-Omega was for her and she has to come. And then, I don't know how it came to the Tilak. It was, I think the Guru point in something, having a Guru something. And we just like, I heard that saying, wow, this is exactly the devotee course. So let's listen to that. Muktananda, I'm just asking a lot from you these days.
So
yes,
it was actually somehow like this, that the importance of the Guru, yeah, and the role of the Guru, and the importance to have a Guru, yeah. And it was also when Swamini brought all her, maybe we can show your
yes,
deities,
I can show you. Actually, there are more deities to be installed down.
And it was especially also because of
Kurma. The Kurma. So
Kurma.
we have here Kurma. Let me show you. This is a special small turtle from Cambodia.
So the Kurma avatar.
And Nandi. Small Nandi. They're all like miniatures. And I have the Utsava, small Utsava Murtis from Cambodia. Let me show them the Cambodian style. Lakshmi Narayana, are you seeing them? Just let me, with also the chakra. Yes, I hope you saw them, Lakshmi Narayana. It's okay. Okay, good. And then we have a big, this is Andal Dasi, Tulsi Dasi, Meenakshi Devi. It's more Meenakshi Devi, but looks exactly like Andal and Tulsi Devi with the parrot. She's waiting to go down. And we have also some papers from Ganesh Chaturthi. Yesterday it was procession in Paris. We lived it here. Okay, so
it was about like Guruji said. So the Guru, yeah, it was just recently,
yeah,
who was sharing it in a Satsang, that it happened that in Mauritius, Guruji was sitting somewhere, and two devotees or swamis even were sitting in a bit of a distance but higher. And Guruji made a, who was it sharing in the satsang? And Guruji made a comment, yeah, you see, the devotees are sitting higher than the Guru. This is the quality of the Guru. He is always pushing the devotees up.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I remember, I don't know who was sharing, but I remember that idea.
So Guruji was saying that. So the Guru is always pushing the devotees up and higher. Yeah. And so I was reminded actually on the Tilak. Yeah? And so the Mataji who was here yesterday, and we talked about the Guru and the Tilak, and because we were with the Tilak.
Yes.
And so it was also, let's say, an introduction for her. And so I said, well, you see, it's here like we have it on our Tilak. Yeah, we have the infinite feet of Narayana. We have them here. Yeah, and then we have the Tulsi leaf. The Tulsi leaf, of course, represents pure devotion. Yeah, and purity and devotion. And the Guru is seated on and in that devotion. Yeah, so he is devotion himself fully. Yeah, he's only seated in that. Yeah, with only one focus. And then we have the Mahalakshmi here, which is also us. So it's also the devotee. Yeah. So we are the Sri Yantra. Mahalakshmi is the Sri Yantra. We have all the 330 million deities inside of us. Most of them are sleeping, I guess. Yeah. So they want to be awakened. And they're going to be awakened in the Sangha when we are sharing with one another. Yeah. So then one and the other deity is going in resonance with somebody else is saying, and it's completing us in our resonance.
The laughing Buddha is awakening.
Yes. And so we are also Mahalakshmi. Yeah. But when we are on the beginning, at the beginning of our path, yeah, of our spiritual path, we are down. We are down here, yeah, where the Mahalakshmi is very, let's say, wide, yeah. And so as the line of Mahalakshmi gets more and more thin, yeah, in the higher we rise, yeah, and it is actually then dissolving into Mahavishnu, yeah, and becomes one in this eternal up. And so it is the Guru is down, yeah, like Guruji said, the Guru is sitting down and he's pushing up the devotees, yeah. So our path when we meet Guruji starts here, down on the widest path, when we are still very much connected with the world, yeah. So the width of that line also shows we are still very much connected and attached to the world, yeah. And then the Guru start to push us up, yeah, because he's down, so he pushes us up, and the more he pushes up, the more detachment, the more we let go from the world, and the more we connect to the infinity of Narayana and become more and more attached to him, yeah, until we reach that point where all the attachment is gone and we actually are one, yeah, we experience our oneness.
Actually, we resemble to him even in Vaikuntha. We continue to serve. For us, we are in our oneness in Vaishnava tradition. Yes, we resemble to him. We are one with him while still being different. Now, of course, maybe some, like Arjuna, you know, Arjuna was the highest of all devotees. So maybe, yes, we reach one day. He knows only, I think, our evolution and how many layers and how much. But yes, honest in the sense that he's also inside. Now, Guruji, did you see that Guruji introduces more and more this concept of Bhagavan is inside, Bhagavan is inside. And we had an update. I think you will have it as well. We had it by our Swamis. And also knowledge teachers had it, that Guruji now said that that is official somehow, that he recognizes more that Bhagavan is also inside. Because we are not talking much. I mean, he was always saying, but it is not in the course. So now I don't have time to systematize that, but we will talk about that because Guruji now makes it, you know, there are more and more shorts and says, he is inside. If he was not inside, you could never meet him and you could never recognize him, even if he's outside. So it's very interesting what you say, that oneness is there, but that's not an honest like Advaita Vedanta honest, I am God and like I am same and I don't need him. You know, see, because that is like we do that mistake saying, oh, if I'm God and you are God and he is God, why do I need a guru, right? Why do I need to serve him because I'm also God? So that is the misunderstanding when we are going too much into that non-duality without the devotion and relationship actually with the guru. But I think it's there. Guruji knows that there's also the forms, the formless state. Being one, it's like merging and being beyond. But of course, because we are not yet there, we have still to connect to the guru inside, outside, and because it's going like we are going on the thin part, right?
It's eternal, like Guruji says. And,
yes.
Guruji, I remember years ago, somebody asked him something, and in Guruji's answer, he said, there is not one single soul that has ever merged fully back into Krishna. And it becomes clear also. Why? Because the whole story,
Yes.
the whole story of creation is to have this eternally growing love relationship.
Yes, true.
So, and also what Krishna says, the soul is eternal. The soul cannot be destroyed. So only Krishna could do that. Only Krishna could annihilate a soul. So Guruji said, never ever a single soul was annihilated. Never ever a soul merged back completely into Krishna, because it would be the death of the soul.
Yeah.
And there would not be any more identity, individuality, or love relationship.
Yes.
For the love relationship, you must be separate, even
Yeah.
if the separation is only 0.000000001 million zeros and 1%.
Yes,
Yeah.
true.
So there
That's
has
it,
to be,
yeah.
the whole creation is made to taste this love, and to taste this love in a growing sense. Yeah, you are, let's say, one with him. Yeah, you are one with him. Yeah, but you are tasting this love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he says everything else is spiritual suicide. When he was talking many times about when the goal is nirvana. Yeah. So Guruji says this is spiritual suicide. You're just sitting in nirvana and there is only you.
Or
So,
emptiness.
emptiness.
Emptiness
Yes,
without anything.
you in emptiness.
Yeah.
So you might sit there for millions of years and billions of years, but there will be the point when you have the impulse, am I the only one existing? Yeah. Am I the only one? I want to experience something. I want to know, is there somebody else besides me? Yeah. And you look for that experience of love, of exchange. And this only can happen when there are at least two. So you cannot stay in nirvana. Guruji says, Bhagavan Krishna is saying in the Bhagavad Gita, nirvana is a shadow under the nail of my toe. This is not me.
Yeah.
And so therefore, this merging with God, we need to see it as a message to us. If we are longing, if we are longing for merging with God in that way, yeah, like in nirvana, as it is, let's say, supposed to be, what it is not, but it is a fantasy of that. If we want to merge with God, then we can ask ourselves, what do I want to run away from? It's just to want to merge with God is just a message to ourselves that we want to be free from suffering. Yeah. But being free from suffering is not a goal of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a goal in Buddhism.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's true.
And this is leading to nirvana, that you are the only one
Yes.
that exists. And this
Yes.
also means it is an
It's a
expression.
personal journey somehow, yeah.
I don't have trust in anyone, not even in God. I only trust in myself. How poor is a life, yeah, that trusts only in yourself? It means it doesn't accept any relationship. It means also, in other words, it doesn't accept any love.
Yes, that's true.
And this is,
It's a different method.
if
Yeah.
we analyze it like that, so then it becomes very clear why Guruji is choosing such a harsh word,
Yeah.
like a suicide.
Mm.
Yeah. And
Yes.
it is true. You only trust yourself, Therefore, you don't want to have any relationship because you are so disappointed from relationships, and you ignore even God because you think even God could not be trusted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can happen. It can happen. Maybe
Yeah.
we can relate to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you have Buddha in your house, like I love Buddha, I always fell in love with all the Buddha's heads.
Buddha was different.
Yes, but I mean, you know, like the form, like I like that. I like the connection with him. I have a lot of stories to tell you about my meetings with Buddha. But always a love story. And there are some very nice ones at the Louvre Museum in Paris and some copies. And if you see, I like also Guruji. Sometimes he really resembles to Buddha. You know, he has that sweet face in meditation with really the corners of the, you know, the lips like up. It's really like Buddha in meditation. And I have amazing stories to tell you about that because I had so many meetings, and until one time I ended being in a friend's place in a room with orange bed sheets, and in front Buddha was there. So this is a long story. We don't have time now. I don't know how much time we have. So 18 people still online.
Yeah.
So
but it's the thing
yes.
is with that we should not mix up Buddhism with Buddha, because Buddha
Yes.
was not a Buddhist.
Yes. And actually Buddhism disconnected from Hinduism after the death of Buddha because the devotees decided to make a separate path. But Dalai Lama himself said that Buddhism is part of Hinduism.
Yeah, and Buddha was not a Buddhist. Yeah.
Yes.
Because the Buddhism is very often a fantasy about what Buddha was.
Yeah.
You know, it's a path
yes.
that declares some things, but Buddhism is not a united a united philosophy either. There are so many different branches.
And there is a branch which is very mystical and which worships also deities, Narayana and Mahavishnu. I mean, if you see, even in Cambodia, Buddha, it's Mahavishnu for them. You tell them Mahavishnu, he will show you Buddha. I mean, who has the Shankha chakra, but who has like a very Buddhist face, like the small one I have here and the one I installed there, because I decided to install like deities that resemble to them, so that it's not a shock when we move further, because they got scared of Narasimha. We sent some pictures and they said, who is he? And then we said, okay, let's go step by step with them, you know, even if they know many things. Hinduism was part of their history. Okay, do you have some questions? If you feel to ask something, please do, so that we can wrap it up nicely. And if not, just you can write whatever you want, and I think it's fine, no? So that we don't say too much, then it will be too much for everyone, and we will lose the benefit of this beautiful energy we have right now. Yes, so Renata, you want to say something? Just unlock your mic and speak, it's fine. And for others as well, just raise your hand. Renata, yes? You can unlock yourself?
Yes, it's okay. It's just because my brother was once he was in a Thailand Buddhistic monastery, but maybe it helps me to bring him to his senses. Because he once had online darshan of Guruji, and then he said afterwards, well, everybody can do that also. And then I had a big fight with him. So it's, but there was one question which arose when I went to internet about the Cambodian, the ancient temple, and it's Buddhistic now. Is it?
Actually, there were five kings there, and each king loved one religion. So it went from Hindus to Buddhist, and to Buddhist. Because this was the king's wish. One king loved Buddhism, other king loved Hinduism, and the country went through these changes. So even people are confused. Why do you think we have more than 1,000 people and 1,000 children doing Om chanting? Because it's so easy for them. Because of that, you know, they are not too much into Buddhists as in Thailand are. And you even have Hindus on the mountain. There is a full mountain. But
Okay.
yes, because they don't have, we have everything to do in Cambodia. They don't have a proper Hindu temple as we have in India. That is to be made, and I'm sure maybe it's Guruji's wish that we go there. This is why they have Buddhist priests coming there. So Buddhist priests will recognize Mahavishnu as being Buddha, which is true because it's one of the avatars of Vishnu. But it's very sweet rituals. It's very easy, just incense and flowers, nothing much. There's no big things. It's not like a full, Buddhist pagoda who doesn't let anyone in. It's quite, they are very, they have a lot of patience and a lot of love and peace, and they are telling you if they feel bad or not. Because I especially in our Sangha, I told them whatever like shock of culture you can have. Like at one point for Om chanting, we put Guruji higher than the queen and the king in the classroom. And we didn't maybe equal, and they had like something, and then I realized, I said, oh, I'm sorry, for sure, because for them the king is the descent, the divine descent. And yes, the kings, you will see in the museum if you come, the kings were descendants of were Vishnu and Shiva. It's Harihara. It's the capital was Hariharalaya. It was Shiva and Vishnu. And whenever Buddhist comes, it's Mahavishnu, and they tell you, oh, I know Mahavishnu, because they worship him as Buddha. And the one in Angkor Wat, I will send you a picture on our group, has Shankha Chakra, so we know it's Mahavishnu.
Okay.
But it's not, they are not too much attached to anything. They're very sweet people who want to learn. What I love about this country is they really listen. They can learn one bhajan in 15 minutes. 2 bhajans, 30 minutes, they know 2 bhajans without, even with the kartals. And no, I made a video. It's so beautiful. I said, let me make a video of you. She sang even better because I was making the video, and it was the first time she was singing bhajans. Look at Akshadas also came, and he knows many bhajans. He doesn't look like this, but he's an ancient of the mission. And we had an amazing bhajan session. They followed. We gave them a small book, and they followed, They are ready for a lot, but they need some guidance. It's just like we need some beginning steps, and they will move by themselves. We will not even have to be there for sure. They will advance so nicely, like Chinese and Japanese. You see, Japan advanced a lot. Guruji will go there next year in April. Let's go to Japan together. I want to see Swamini Dayamati because time is going, and we all have to see each other. And she could not come because of COVID, some COVID restrictions. She could not come to Europe. And also because we will understand the qualities and beauty of these people. So, each culture is different. And in Asia, we have this. India, it's amazing for devotion. If an Indian feels something divine in you, he'll just bow down to you. It's like you just have to tell them, no raise. And Asia, also other countries are amazing for the hard work they do, for the willing to do all beautiful. I will share with Muktananda our videos. You will see how Darlene, we have one person there who is the engine, how beautiful she's talking about the place there. How she will arrange it and how she wants to welcome Guruji. And we offer to Guruji a big chair which is the imitation of a temple chair, of an asana in the temple, and with all the decoration. It's massive wood. When we put it, it's different to remove, but it is so spiritual. It's like everything they do, it's so spiritual because they have that, and they live with this values of respect and being polite and bowing to other, and this namaste is there. It's really so nice. And this is why I want to go and spend at least 3 months. They will move like whatever we want to do here, and it's going slow. In that country, it will just move so fast, so fast. And Guruji is so happy with them. It's so happy because they're not many, but they are really, they send us pictures. Om chantings, they did a full moon. Full moon is also Buddha moon. And Om chantings they do in the school is the only country where we have Om chanting in the school. The director of the school wants Om chanting. And yoga, we put yoga meditation, right? Classes. It's in the teachers were trained to Om chanting, and they are doing every week Om chanting, and we receive the pictures. These teachers are sending us the pictures they did with the classroom, with several classes. We have 5 teachers in this school, and they different classes, and we have one room. These people did not remove the mantras on the blackboard since the before pandemic. The mantras were still there. And we had a box, like a relic box. All the material was there. And the date when we reached to start the refresh for the teachers was the date when we left the material there before pandemic. It's such a synchronicity. I tell you, it's written. And we should really go because in such countries, everywhere Guruji's souls are there, and we just have to be there, and people are coming. Wherever you meet them, you visit a hotel, you say, oh, what's for? Or maybe I will invite my guru here. What guru? I want to come. I have all the cards. All these people want to come to do Om chanting. So it's as easy as breathing. They are doing things. So I invite you all, not only for sadhana and bhakti marga, this we will do. You will get full refresh of devotee course, full refresh of sadhana, full refresh of everything, and answering the questions and Shivaism, and you will understand how we go from Shiva to Krishna. This is our aim with the Lingams. And how do we go from Shiva consciousness to Narayana consciousness? From Shiva is Shiva Lingam to Narayana as the creator who is manifesting Hiranyagarbha, who is manifesting the cosmic egg and the cosmic creation. And that is an amazing country for discovering this. And you will also get amazing retreats. I really want to work on every one of you who comes there so that you are joyful, you remove your obstacles inside, you get a perfect connection with Guruji, and you realize your Dharma. So all this you will get. And if Alfa-Omega comes, that will be like the cherry on the cake of the energization. We will do like twice the length of the programs because we will get energized with more water. So yes, I'm very enthusiastic about this country because I didn't go too much there. We went every year, but we were not with them all the time. But the way they progress, the way they write to Guruji, they bought already his tissue box with also Cambodian inscriptions, and the plate of fruits for the darshan, and say, Guruji, please come. And look, we put our library corner. We have all your books because this is a gift for you, because we are ready to learn whatever books we put there. So it's just sweet. They are really sweet. So please come. It's a country in which we will see how we will manage. I will need to know very fast who is coming because we have to arrange our accommodation the cheapest possible. Just to give you an example, for $200, for $180, we can rent a 2-room apartment there. So if we are several ones, we can rent for a month, we can rent for more. And we can create like this, like microcosmos, like we have here today, in which we can start experiencing being together, being as a Sangha, eating together, give them idea of vegetarian meals, because they are now, I'm shifting them to being vegetarian, and some of them do it very well, but they need training. Even for us, Europe is not the best for vegetarian meals, but maybe together we can cook for them, we can help them, we can sing with them, dance, and you can come in the school every day to see the children, to see the classes, to do Om chanting with them, to check if the Om chanting organizers are doing it properly, and so on. We will visit pagodas, we will meet Buddhist monks, we will find the best ones who are open to us, because Guruji will come and bless them as well. It's a lot of possibilities, Hindu communities, Alliance Française, German expatriates, French expatriates, all expatriates in the world. So we will have amazing things happening. And Guruji gave me 3 months. It means that he knows in 3 months we will have 2 darshans organized with more than 500 people. I know it's already there. And Guruji will come. If we do a nice work, if we are all united and we are there, Guruji will come. Come if you can. I invite you to come. You will see what it is to disconnect of your country and go and experience something in, like, it removes, you know, all your habits, get like, you get disconnected of all the habits you have, and you can move to next level, to shift to somewhere else. Okay, so this is it. I'm enthusiastic. Whenever I come on, I can speak for hours. So yes, let's give the last words to Muktananda. If you have no questions, let me see, no questions there. Yes. Muktananda, anything else you want to add?
Thank you so much. No, just
Thank you,
I think
everyone.
it's nice. So thank you so much. Have a blessed week.
Yes.
Today is Monday.
Yes,
A
Monday.
blessed week, and see you here
See you
and
soon.
there.
Yes, here and there, like with the divine grace. Thank you so much for being here, the wonderful Sangha, always present. Have a beautiful day and meet you soon. I will try to come to Krishna Janmashtami. I think Guruji is there. No, Guruji is coming back. I don't know. I wrote Krishna Janmashtami on my calendar for spring, and also Navaratri, of course. Navaratri, I will be there, full Navaratri. If Guruji doesn't put me out saying, go to Cambodia, I will be there. I try to also hold with it. And yeah, let's see each other for sure Navaratri. If you can't come on Krishna Janmashtami, Navaratri second, from 15 October onwards, 2 weeks. And before, I'm in private in Slovakia, I'm in private in Romania, I'm in private in Belgium, but it's only in my places. So you can come. You need something, you know, I'm always available for you because you are part of the active Sangha. Don't hesitate, write me, be there, come. I will always find solutions for you. And yeah, let's meet soon. Yes, when you come to Denmark, I also was thinking same. Akarshan is asking when you come to Denmark.
I will contact Devi.
Devi.
Yeah, and Devi these days. It will be, I'm asking for, I will be in Kiel and in Eckernförde, 15, 16, 17, maybe 18, and then of September. Yeah, and then I could come and come to the ashram. So maybe 19, 20, something like that.
Will you do talks about the water more out in the world? Wait to see if I read properly. Will you do talks about the water more out in the world? Means I mean, whenever he comes, he gives a talk, right?
Yeah, so I have been in Mexico 2 times already this year, and also in Dubai, in Turkey. And so it's always where the calling is, no?
You can also keep in touch, some of you, if you want. Muktananda's number, I can give you in the group, or maybe we can write it down quickly. Your number. And yes, so she says, Akashani says that she has some friends in the world and the ashram scares them. So it's like more people from outside. So let me give you, so it's like Muktananda, right? I remember. And then your number maybe 49 and
1577
1577
388 6699.
Sorry, 388
6699.
15, yes. So this is, you have now his number. You contact him personally, saying I was in the program of the Lingams, and then he knows where you contact him from. and you ask for your country, or you ask for whatever events, and maybe you will have a calendar online some days. And I mean, it's difficult because it's intuitive also, you know. It's like our life is like this. Like wherever we are called, it's happening, and it's written and it's not written, and we have to make it, and it's like can move. But yes, keep in touch. I mean, the best is to keep in touch, and maybe Ashi can make some global group to give them news or something international.
No, Ashi is taking care of France.
France, okay. Maybe we can do it. I can do international. We can do international. You see, and you just let us know where you are, and we will tell people where you are. It's okay.
Okay.
Wonderful. Let's do a
Yes.
closing prayer once more today. Om Shanti 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 Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om. Have an amazing day. Thank you for being here until now, and be happy and be blessed, and see you very soon. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you so much for everything.
Thank
All
you.
the praises to our Guru.
Yes, Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev.
Thank you,
Okay, thank you so much.
See you. Eine schönen guten Tag, buen dia, buongiorno, buenos dias, buona giornata. Yes, I have to make like more Netherlands and all this, and Dobro den, and thank you, bye, bye. Jai Gurudev.